vicious battle for the heavyweight title in Halloween Havoc 90. And this year, it's gonna be bigger and better than ever.
Prepare for Sting, Sid Vicious, Lex Luger, and more.
Ooh, I got a charge out of that. How about you, Sid Vicious?
Sting! Halloween Havoc's gonna be one nightmare you'll never forget!
And neither will you.
Halloween Havoc 90, a live pay-per-view, Saturday, October 27th.
I mean, we are in really beautiful waters at this point. I mean, Elvira is excited about this event. So surely, Jim, this is a much better watch than the last one, right?
Yes, definitely there. I need to do one thing real quick here.
Of course.
Because Cassandra Peterson, 51.
Yeah.
So she's about 40 here, 39 here. Okay. As a kid, so around ninth grade here, and in our head, she was a lot older than that already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy when I see her now and she's like 73. I mean, she looks great. But we always kind of just assumed she was older than she was. And I guess we maybe thought she stuck around from the 50s. I don't know. We were dumb kids. We just knew she had huge personalities.
That's funny you say that, because when I first saw Elvira, I literally thought she was from the 50s. So you're not wrong in thinking that. I was like, oh, she's like that woman from the Munsters. I really thought it was the same thing as the mom from like the Addams Family or something. And,
Exactly.
And that was not correct. And it is crazy, man. She's not much older than my dad. But like it does feel like she's been around forever. And I know like she got famous. I love how this is a WCW podcast and we're just like Elvira.
We're excited. We're like, Elvira? Yeah, fuck yes.
Fuck
Talk
yeah.
about it. Cool.
Listen, I'll be honest again, as you know, I was a literal babe at this point in time. So I had never known that Elvira actually did any of this shit for Halloween Havoc 90. So like it was cool to like discover that today. I was like, what am I going to do for the intro? Fucking do Elvira with Sid as Frankenstein. I mean, there are a lot of L's for WCW publicity wise. But one of the big W's is shit like this, where they would just hit it right on the head. It's unbelievable. Now, of course, the end of the show tells us why that didn't fucking stay around, that way of thinking.
I will say, okay, I went to the Cassandra Peterson Wikipedia page real fast. And yeah, we're starting here. A few things I already knew about her. Cassandra Peterson, she was in the Groundlings, an LA-based comedy troupe with, I believe, Paul Rubens and Phil Hartman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Paul Rubens, who would become Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm.
Cassandra Peterson, who becomes Elvira. So it's interesting that those Groundlings actors take a character to create and carry this persona into the world. And literally, we call them that till this day, 40 years later. So that's kind of crazy. Her Wikipedia mentions her appearance at WrestleMania 2 as a guest commentator alongside Jesse Ventura and Lord Alfred Hayes. 1988, her film Elvira, Mistress of the Dark comes out. So I feel like she probably started hitting like 86-ish to us. And then from 1989 through 1991, Peterson appeared as Elvira in a series of commercials promoting World Championship Wrestling's annual Halloween Havoc pay-per-view event. So WCW made her Wikipedia.
That's so cool, man. Well, I can't imagine, for the kids that were super, super into this shit back then, that had to have been pretty sweet, because Elvira was a big deal. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, you think this just random ass WCW event, and that's like the Jim Herd fucking like fog, right? Like, it's like these weird combinations of the stupidest shit you've ever seen or heard in your life, along with like odd sponsorship deals that work. Like, let's be honest. How genius was Jim Herd for getting Nintendo as a sponsor for WCW at this time? TurboGrafx 16, buddy. Like, I mean, those were big for 1990. I know enough about history to know, like, that was very current and very, like, he was hitting that teen demo, I feel like, way more than Vince at the time.
he's hitting that demo.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, for my age and the younger kids that you're trying to go for. I remember when we were watching those Christmas episodes, the new systems must have been dropping at that point because they were giving us buy the TurboGrafx 16, buy the Sega Genesis, buy the Super. They just were lining up all these products for us, and now we get these cool commercials. Sometimes we also get fun with what we watch. We also get sometimes see the commercials. And it's always fun for me when we get like a horror movie or Exorcist 3. I feel like there was one this time, and I hope I wrote it down, but I'm not sure if I did. But I saw a commercial for some movie that got me excited. So
yeah, man. Yeah, and it's cool to get like context for shit for me, because I'm like, okay, I didn't really know to put that in this place. Like, for instance, we're in 1990. There is no Super Nintendo yet. It's just NES. Sega Genesis just fucking dropped like a year before this. So yeah, it's really fucking cool, man. This is like peak, like the 90s are really about to happen. I always believe in this, it's like a historical sort of thing of like, anytime the first year of a decade isn't really to that decade, you know what I mean? Like 1980 was like 1979 part 2, right? Like it takes a minute.
You're just wrapping shit up.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch a movie and at the end they have to go, oh, here's what kind of happened next. That's what that first year is. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because when I think about it and I think about like Halloween Havoc next year, that's a 90s pay-per-view. Things look way more just 90s. I don't know how to describe it. You had to like live it, right? Like the neon starts being way more pronounced and things like that. Like it's starting to happen here, but it just feels so fucking 80s still, and just the presentation and everything. This show was different though.
It'll be fun to watch it kind of evolve as we move into the 90s because, as you say it, in 1990 to 91, that was my freshman year where I went to the 1 year of high school at the one school. And the music was even just different. It was that Vanilla Ice, Milli Vanilli, like Paula Abdul kind of year. And then went grunge.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just changed on its head like within 1991, Nevermind, I believe, came out. Mm-hmm. So you're right. That's the Troubles every decade rule.
There you go, man.
I abide.
There you go. I abide.
Oh, okay. One thing that's tough for us with the job that we're doing for the dozens and dozens of the Troubles listeners is there's like 4 shows every week, right? It's like Power Hour, Saturday night, main event, and worldwide. Mm-hmm. And so, I miss some stuff, definitely. I watched like kind of beginning to end of September-ish, and then I kind of jumped to the week before the pay-per-view, and I definitely missed some things in between, but it's also WCW, so sometimes like the week before pay-per-view, they're like, hey, these people are in the main event for some reason. So, you just never know how it's going to go, but a few things that surprised me when I got to the pay-per-view, the importance of the Renegade Warriors.
Yeah.
I did not foresee this thing happening to me. And little Richard Marley popped out of nowhere to me too.
Literally.
He just appeared on the scene. So I asked you, I'm like, do you have any idea like when he showed up? Because it was all of a sudden that week before the pay-per-view and he was there. So
no, I literally have the moment he shows up.
All right, perfect.
922 WCW. That's all you need to know.
I feel like those were kind of like the big things that I missed out on during what I skipped. My favorite thing this cycle was my favorite thing last cycle. And it's Stan the motherfucking man Hansen.
Unbelievable.
And the best supporting character, his Chew.
Yes. I had no idea how a liquid could drip on something so vastly different every time. It's amazing. It's like 1 week it dries like paint. 1 week it just keeps going. It's like a volcano fucking science project. Like 1 week it really doesn't really do anything. It just kind of dribbles. And yet you still love the promo. That's the genius of Stan. Everything's happening.
I may be watching too much Alien Earth, but I am also kind of suspecting it could be an alien life form within Stan Hansen. He was in Japan.
I think so.
He might have ate that fish that like kills you if they don't cook it right. And I feel like it hatched some eggs, and maybe that's what's trying to come out. But I also might be watching too much Alien Earth. You also all should be watching Alien.
Okay, yeah. Well, I will now because I've been wondering if that was worthwhile. So
Alien is like a pizza, dude. Doesn't matter. It's fucking Alien.
Yeah, even like Alien 3, you know? Why not?
I'll fuck with it. I don't care.
Let's fuck with
You give me some Sigourney Weaver? Sigourney Weaver and Fincher?
Oh, Winona Ryder, I believe's in that one as well. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm full of some weird facts. You know, this is my dark time for WCW that I didn't see anything. We're about really close to where I'm like a fucking Rolodex of information. Here's what I got out of this watch, because the only thing about the TVs, you said, yeah, there's a million TVs. There are, but I would argue, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. 'Cause I just remembered. I messaged you and I said, hey, this one show, something happens.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happens. So I just remembered that. You keep going.
Yeah, I probably have some stuff down on that one. But I would say this more than any time ever that I've ever seen with a promotion, that they have a million TVs, but one real show where shit happens. They have like 3 wrap-up shows, basically. Like, worldwide, aside from the every now and then match, you can skip that because it's just recaps of everything else. Power Hour, sadly, went from the coolest show they had to another recap show. It's bizarre, man. And Main Event is like, why even fucking bother? Until we start running the gauntlet, which I do have a little bit on, and I was very into. I like it because going forward now, at least there's an incentive to watch these shitty shows. And I think they knew that.
It's a through line, at least through the weekend. Get you to tune into all 3 shows, possibly, if you get excited for it. Yeah. Okay, so the 9:14 Power Hour. I just pulled up our messages, and I said, this 9:14 Power Hour is the most fun I've had watching an episode in quite a bit. Does it coincide with Dangerous Danny's return?
Oh, buddy.
Probably, yeah. So, 9:14 Power Hour. Dangerous Dan Spivey's back. So, you know, that put a smile on the GIMDB's face. The first ladder in the gauntlet, it's Brian Pillman's running the gauntlet first. The first ladder is Tim Horner. I am not on the Tim Horner hype train because him and Mike Rotunda made the top 10 before they were even a tag team, but they're really pushing some Tim Horner on me.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. The 9:14 Power Hour, they're at the China Club in New York. And this New York trip, let's focus on a few things here. So first of all, there's the China Club. I wrote down JR and Paulie look real cool. Now, this isn't totally my vibe, but I'll probably have a better view of it than you do. The China Club is kind of like the Kirkland signature club, Studio 54.
Yeah.
It's kind of the one where it's probably just a lot of Wall Street, you know, nose jockeys. I remember Howard Stern talking about a lot, him going there, things like that. So, you know, it's that kind of like hip club. And they have JR and Paulie there. And they just look like the biggest dorks in the world.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
This biggest dork. And basically the joke they're trying to play is that Paulie says he knows somebody and they can get him in, but you're already in there filming. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys think it's funny. You go for it. I will definitely be touching back on the New York information. Oh, yes. So Gary Capetta interviews Ric Flair. And
this is
I've watched enough Speedball Mike Bailey vlogs to know a public restroom when I see one.
Yeah.
So Gary Capetta is in there interviewing Ric Flair, and then all of a sudden, Doom and Teddy walk in, and they say, "What are you doing in our locker room?" And I'm like, "No, this is the bathroom, guys." Like, literally, all 4 of them cannot fit in the space at the same time.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a dressing room. So Ric Flair's like, "I built this place. You're lucky you can't even share a locker room with me." And Doom's like, no, get out of our locker room. Then all of a sudden, you don't hear a toilet flush.
No.
But Arn totally just got done taking a shit.
Yes.
And Arn just appears from the crapper, basically.
In
and he's
his
like, what's going on? In his tights.
Oh.
He's what's going on here? They have a confrontation. He never washes his hands. And I'm telling you, he definitely took a shit. a very hearty shit. But he comes over and they get into this confrontation about Doom's locker room, and I'm like, guys, for the love of fuck, it is a public restroom,
and not a good
don't fight that hard over it, really.
No, and this is not a Buc-ee's bathroom, okay? This is like a fucking Phillips 66 in like the middle of nowhere bathroom.
It looked like a middle school bathroom.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even like that big. They couldn't fit like 3 human beings in frame because the cameraman couldn't go back that far because he was also trying to get away from the iron vapors that were coming from that toilet. Oh my God. It's 9:14 Power Hour. That's the only episode I recommend from this run. It's so much good stuff.
I'm pretty sure it was a middle school bathroom in Moscow.
Moscow, Pennsylvania.
Oh, fuck me.
Look at me. Okay, then Sting gets interviewed by JR. Yeah. And we're still on the Black Scorpion shit.
Dude,
and
this
that's
is
real
like so fucking telenovela, dude.
This is listen, when we get to the pay-per-view, I've got it for you.
Yeah.
It's just, and Sting's like, a Black Scorpion, he's stalking me, he's from my past. And they're really pushing it on. It's like, God, listen to this message again that was sent. See if you can find any clues here. 1986 California. And Sting comes out, and he's like, Sting, I want a title match. And Sting's like, that's good and all, but I have other things I need to focus on. And I'm like, bitch, you're the champ now. Yeah. It's not to focus on your stalker. Go hire a damn private detective agency. Figure out how he's getting through security every time. Who's his mole there? Figure that. Give it to JYD. JYD and El Gigante doing like a detective show, trying to figure out who the Black Scorpion is. AEW would be doing that nowadays. I'm 1000% Team Sid. Like, dude, you got to defend. First of all, this Black Scorpion dude has not wrestled a match yet. He's already gotten a title match over me.
Yeah.
And you seem to be eyeballing him for a second match at Halloween Havoc. What the fuck do I have to do to get a title match? I am literally destroying everybody in the crowd who loves me and chants for me. More than you, actually.
Yeah. It was a very strange positioning. Like, what was the need for Sting to do 2 fucking angles at once? And one ruled, and one was awful. And the other thing, did you catch this? They made this big deal, I don't know if it was this episode, of there's going to be a new message from the Scorpion today. We're going to keep tuned in. Am I fucking insane, or was it the literal exact fucking promo with like maybe a bumper before it that was a little different? Oh.
And that may be for us is like where we're not hitting it chronologically right, and maybe because I mean it's all just the same. It's the same shit. I mean it's basically ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
It's stay your path, won't find me, coming after you. One thing I just watched, and I'm very glad I watched it before this, was Gordon Soley's interview with the Black Scorpion. That's the only thing I'll take back. Did you see that?
I don't know if I saw that. That
okay.
Where I fucking tapped.
No, it's like I happened to hit it this episode before we started recording. And so early in the episode, it's whatever show has Paulie and JR on the mic. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, Gordon got an interview with the Black Scorpion. Oh, I don't know how he accomplished. I don't know what's going on. And then it's the Black Scorpion and Gordon Soley in a dark room together. And Gordon Soley is wearing a blindfold, interviewing the Black Scorpion.
Oh fuck! I gotta find that, and I'm going to put it.
I will look at my. I could probably find it in my YouTube history.
Holy fuck, dude! That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's October 12th Power Hour.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just the Black Scorpion stuff is just so fucking cheeseball, and I basically have to abbreviate it as BS, and it works, man.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. Yeah, that chat Oli fucking AI was strong, buddy. And the other one is like Oli couldn't find someone else to do the voiceovers because let's be honest, he talks just like Oli. Because what did Oli always say in his promos in 90? Think about it. That's all Black Scorpion keeps saying. And I keep going, listen, man, like, I understand. And this is one of those things, and you'll know exactly what I mean. Like, there is this thing with the youngsters, if you will, where they love to do this shit where they want to act like older times means like dumber times, right? Like, that's not fucking true, dude. It's just access to information. And like, the thing is, everyone fucking knew that Oli was behind the fucking voice. There's no way they didn't know this. Come on.
Shockmaster is pre this?
No, it is post by a little bit, like a couple years.
Okay, yeah, because it's the same voice, right? Pretty much.
Oh yeah, exact same.
Yeah, I mean,
same guy.
I mean, like the same same voice modifier, same setting, same everything, basically. Yeah, it definitely stands out. If you want to see a good example of Stan Hansen's stream, the 9:15 Saturday night, I specifically note Stan's stream because it must have been really flowing that night from
it
his
was
mouth.
going good. That was the one where I thought it looked like a huge thing of paint down him. That was amazing. The other one I want to say about Stan that I love, and I wish a fucking Monster Heel. Actually, I think this is how they need to bring Wardlow back in ring. Stan has the greatest idea with this, or it may not be his idea, maybe Oli. He doesn't beat jobbers, actually. What he does is he kills them and gets DQ'd every time. I think that would work so perfect for Wardlow. Just have him come back, powerbomb people literally into powder until the ref's like, no, we're not doing this 10 count shit like we did when you were a babyface. You're fucking DQ'd. And have it be a thing where you bring the rankings back, right? And he's like 0-80, and he's like second fucking contender for the title. Because it's like, and you have to put like a little asterisk, right? Like, he kills jobbers too much for us.
He actually beats the talented wrestlers, but he loses to the jobbers because he just commits murder every time. But in AEW, that's actually gets you title shots as felonies. So,
of course.
Oh, and then 921 Power Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty Boys is kind of like my only other positive thing.
Yes.
They really, I mean, they keep kind of pushing the wide-eyed, whatever Southern boys. I'm like, I don't care. Renegade Warriors, don't care.
Yeah.
Nasty Boys, all about it. Stan Hansen during the 921 Power Hour mentions his wife. And my brain just started going of like, who is married to Stan Hansen?
Oh,
and picturing her life and what, like, does he have a big trough of like for stew as he's sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's a picture of his wife. Oh, she's a cutie.
Oh yeah.
Early 70s cutie, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny, man. Stan is like the complete fucking opposite of his character. Like, he's like the nicest like dude ever. Like, all the people that I've ever talked to that have met him, they're like, he's so just kind of meek.
Really?
And it's like, what? Like, yeah, like he turns it on, but like you can tell he's like, all right, let's get up and be the lariat again,
Never meet your heroes.
No, that's awesome though.
There's a contract signing between Nasty Boys and Steiners. Nasty Boys beat up on the Steiners there.
Yeah.
The Juicer appears.
Oh, buddy, I got some Juicer lore here.
The Juicer, though, is interesting because doing tope, doing lucharific moves.
Oh, yeah.
Which made me kind of look up another. He had another Luthez press finisher. I was like, I don't need another one of those.
No.
And he gets the pleasure and privilege of hanging out with Norm, the truck driver.
Yes. Well, I mean, who doesn't want to hang out with Norman, the truck driver, even though he was just a lunatic like a year ago? He's reformed now, right? Therapy. Like that shit was going on in 1990. I don't think that was a word in the dictionary to these fucking people in the wrestling business back then. But yeah, I mean, what can you say about Art Barr? That's who Juicer is. Art Barr, the son of, I believe, oh God, is it Jesse Barr? I don't know. I think it's Jesse Barr. Either way, his dad was a huge deal in the Portland area. Of course, Art broke in that area, got super fucking over as Beetlejuice. He just straight up ripped the name, of course, because it was the 80s, and he impressed people. And it's really odd when I think about it. Well, it's not really odd because it was a different time in the business. I mean, he had an in with Piper. If you think about it, like, had it been a different era when Vince was a little more receptive to smaller guys, I say smaller guys, Art's not a small guy, but he's not Sid, right? So it's funny that he went to WCW instead of WWF. And ironically, if he would have went to WWF, they probably would have poo-pooed a lot of his issues away. I hate to say that, but it's probably true. They did it with everyone else. But no, he gets a look in WCW. He comes in here, very short run, but very, very ahead of his time. He does not last long for WCW because it comes out that he was doing some sexual things that aren't cool with a minor in Portland, and she went to the police, and the police looked into it, and it was a thing. So he ends up fleeing the country, really, and going to Mexico. He goes to CMLL first. He's Gringo Loco there. He loses a mask match, I believe, to Atlantis. That begins his Rudo run. He jumps ship to the brand new AAA promotion with Eddie Guerrero. They become Los Gringos Locos. They end up going on having a monster run as a tag team. They end up having one of the best matches in the history of Lucha Libre at Worlds Collide in 94, the WCW AAA joint event, where it was Octagon and El Hijo de Santo against them, hair versus mask. They lose, of course, and unfortunately, if I believe the story goes, that the plan, Eddie ends up going to ECW. From what I understand, Art was going to follow. Art passed away of a drug overdose at, I don't know what age. It couldn't have been old. Probably 30, maybe. So that's the story of Art Barr. It's one of those like all around tragic stories in the wrestling business of a guy that was so fucking good. And if you really need to understand Art Barr, you gotta go watch his lucha stuff, man. Especially his stuff in AAA. He was fucking amazing with Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero says straight up that Art Barr basically taught him to be a fucking top guy. I mean, he was like, man, I wouldn't have had the confidence I ended up having as like the lie, cheat, steal world champion without Art Barr. And so I guess in that way, he served a huge purpose in the business. But, one of those guys, man, if it was today, he'd be fucking rightfully blackballed, man. He was a shit fucking person. And there you go. That's the downer of the episode right there for you guys. But yeah, I love the juicer thing though, man, because it was so perfect for like merch.
It was just so weird. I'm like, the juicer, because you say that immediately, I'm like, I think of steroids. Yeah, it's like, I literally had to look. I had to literally look and see if, when the Vince steroid trial happened, because I thought it might have been a shot at him. That was 94, it says. Yeah. But yeah, I hear the juicer. I just hear a dude on steroids. So it's just such a weird. I literally don't think of apple juice or orange juice when I hear the juicer. No. Let me put it that way. I don't think he's creating juices.
It was a weird pivot because it's like, okay, he's Beetlejuice. Oh, we can't do that because copyright.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay,
juicer was where you went, and that's where I think it is kind of that though too, right? Like, oh, look at Sid, look at all of our top guys are all on the gas. I'm sure Sting at the time was on the gas.
If they literally got the juicer from Beetlejuice, the Beetle is right there.
I know, and it was 1990. I think powder was still flowing around in the back.
Oh my god.
The other thing that I have before we get into the big fucking granddaddy of them all is I loved but was also confused by the two big contract signing angles going into this pay-per-view. We're in a fucking house show with shit lighting, awful audio. Like, holy shit, Jim. That just screamed to me. And you could tell it was the same exact house show too. And I'm like, all right, so that to me is Jim Herd told him, well, we need to get it together on what we're doing for the pay-per-view tonight. And whoever was Oli, being stubborn Dick Oley went, we're going to do all the angles then with shitty, just get a camera guy in the ring. It was fucking, it literally, I thought it was like fan cam footage at first. I was like, what do you mean this is the contract signing? What? Gary Juster's here? What the fuck is he doing? Shout out to Gary Juster, but Jesus Christ.
One other thing I want to mention is the 10:20 Saturday night. That's where Little Richard Marley makes his appearance, and I get confused. They referenced during the match, I believe for the pay-per-view, there'll be 3 Indians versus the Freebirds and the mystery partner. And at this point, the Freebirds' third person is a girlfriend from Canada. I don't believe it exists.
Mm-mm.
You've been talking about your third member for about 9 months now. I don't trust you guys at all.
Not happening. They knew. It's so funny. It's like they were like, everyone wants Terry Gordy back, but he's like, fuck, I think at this point he's either already been or is the Triple Crown champion. So he's doing too much business over there. But like they can't. That's the thing with WCW. Even when they don't have a guy under contract, they can't help themselves but tease shit that they never deliver. Come on, Jim. Heard.
The China Club. Oh my God, they got some time out of that footage. The New York shows they ran during this cycle have a strong influence on one piece of the show, and I can't wait for it.
Oh Jesus. Well, anything else from the TVs? Because honestly, like I said, I love the Nasty Boys Steiner's contract thing because there is a great table spot there. And then the Sting Sid thing is just Sid beats the shit out of him and gets a huge pop. But that's really the shit that mattered going into Halloween Havoc. UIC Pavilion, Chicago, Illinois, October 27th, 1990. And I like the little subtitle for the show. Did you catch it? It was almost like some fucking like shitty translation to English from another language. Terror of the Ring.
They have a Terror Rules the Ring on Cage Match.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Still fucking awful, right? Like, wow. Why do we need that? But fucking welcome to WCW. Shitty little video happens. Everyone's a ghost. I kind of dug that. And then we do definitely have to mention outfits because there's one individual in the announce team that looks very upset that he is in his outfit, and that would be the man in the crow's nest, Mr. Tony Schiavone, in the Phantom of the Opera regalia. He looks so miserable and over it. It's amazing.
Okay, you and I are viewing this from different angles. Well, so the show opens. We see Paulie and Jim Ross.
Yes.
Paulie is dressed as a vampire. I believe he has fangs. He has a cape. I believe JR is dressed up as a gangster. He basically just has a hat on and his tie, and I think he's dressed as a gangster.
When did
Tony
Tracy come out?
Tony Schiavone is dressed as Phantom of the Opera. So they kick it up to Tony. Tony's talking to Wildfire, Tommy Rich, and Ricky Morton, and we see Tony in his Phantom of the Opera regalia. Now, when we go back to Paulie and JR, even with their minimal costumes, they are decostumed. JR takes off his hat. I think he might even change his jacket. Paulie takes off his cape, takes out the fangs, which I understand. He's an announcer.
Yeah.
But Tony Schiavone, I believe, keeps that Phantom of the Opera outfit on for the whole show. So I get why he's upset. And I wrote down, I wonder if JR didn't tell him they were undressing and just left him as that for the whole show. Because he is literally just, he's my MVP for the show, is Tony Schiavone.
Oh, yeah.
He keeps up the gimmick. I loved, at one point, he's interviewing, and he's turning this way. And so the Phantom of the Opera mask is sitting there. And I'm like, has he been doing this the whole night? Has he been facing this way? But then he's facing the other way. It's great. They absolutely, when they went to New York, saw Phantom of the Opera. And I have fucking proof besides this.
I'm jealous too, because That would have been beautiful to see that original run.
We did. Living in Scranton, Pennsylvania, was interesting because you're 2 hours from Philly, 2 hours from New York, and so we used to take class field trips and see plays. And so Phantom of the Opera is one of the ones we saw. I may have seen it twice. I remember I saw Meet Me in St. Louis. I don't know what else I saw on Broadway back when I was, around this time, obviously, because that's when Phantom came out. It was 85, it looks like. But I probably saw Phantom like a year before this. Yeah. And I mean, that's I don't know if you appreciate it when you're in 7th grade, but it's pretty cool. We saw it again when we lived in Salt Lake. And my wife turned to me about 20 minutes in, and she goes, I don't want to sound stupid, but I didn't know they'd be singing opera.
And you're like,
I'm like, I get where maybe you'd go like, they don't, but yeah, they do.
Oh, dude, that was me when I got with my wife, because she's seen plays and stuff. She's been to Broadway and everything. And like, I mean, I was in theater and everything, right? Like, I'm not a novice, but like certain things, like if you don't know going in, it's just like, whoa. It'd be like if somebody went to Hamilton thinking it's just a period piece play. It's like, no, this is a whole different conversation now. So that's awesome, actually.
So they kick it up to Tony. Tony's talking to Wildfire, Tommy Rich, and Ricky Morton. We get explained to us that Robert Gibson's injured. Again, they're dressed as greasers. And I can't overstate the fact rock and roll in 1990 was not greasers. It was like Poison and Bon Jovi. So it's just so weird to me that Rock and Roll Express is so out of touch with what rock and roll is. But the first match we get is Wildfire and Ricky versus the Midnights, and that's a great way to open a show.
Oh my God, this blew my mind. I had never seen it. I've never seen this whole show until now. So I did not know this was the first thing that you saw, and man, was it great. Bobby Eaton in particular is great here. He's doing fucking spots to the floor in 90. He's taking fucking Hurricane Ranas onto the floor. He is just like in rare fucking form here. And then, it's amazing to see somebody like Ricky Morton do what Ricky Morton did, where he just takes heat. He makes you believe. And fucking Tommy Rich is like the most fiery baby. It is when you think about it, like that is probably the greatest makeshift tag team of all time for a baby.
Oh, don't diss Bro Dito at this point. But
they're a full tag team, buddy.
If the Freebirds were taking on the Rock and Roll Express, Tommy Rich as their third makes absolute sense. Yeah. Two things to mention about the arena, I guess. The mat is orange for Halloween. Mm-hmm. Very interesting because you normally just don't see it.
I love it.
And then the entrance mat is even with the ring apron. So people are flying out of the ring and just laying it flat on the mat on the ring ramp, and so that gets taken advantage quite a bit during the show. I wrote down Ricky's just taking a ton of outside damage. Yeah. Like they're just tossing him on this ramp, tossing him against the rail. Like he's just getting this shit beat out of him.
He took every fucking he literally took their finish on the ramp. Like it was fucking incredible. Like I can't even put over this thing anymore. It was so good, and even the finish was good. Like I know Southern boys, whatever. And what kind of costumes were they in? That was like some bizarre shit. And even JR's like, and their odd little costumes are out here to cost fucking. It's like, my God. Okay. So anyway, Midnight Express, they win. Oh, wait, yeah, the Freebirds helped them. That's what it was. Right, I got it reversed. And then later in the fucking Freebirds match, which we'll get to immediately, nothing really to say about it other than that weird run-in by the Southern boys. But yeah, the fucking opener, the Midnight Express, Morton and Rich, fuck. Do that every single pay-per-view.
Because... yeah, we hit a bit of a drought here for a bit, so thanks for opening the show hot. Appreciate you.
Yeah, well, what are you talking about? What about that Sting Black Scorpion deal?
Well, we get Tony and Sting up in the crow's nest, and Tony dressed like Phantom of the Opera. Yeah. Sting comes out. Sting is psyched. woo, he's psyched. He's pumping up the crowd. We have excited Sting. He's not forlorn. He's not in misery. He's not listening to The Cure and the Smiths. Black Scorpion comes out. And this is how I knew they went to Phantom. Because the most theatrical, hocus pocus, Bugs Bunny, Frasier in and out of rooms situation happens up on the stage. But the minute they started doing it, I was like, they totally saw Phantom when they're in New York. Because I think it's literally a scene in Phantom of the Opera.
I think it is.
So it just, they just pop it. It doesn't make sense. Things running after this woman. And she disappears and she comes off the other side. And I'm just a WCW security. You need to up your game here a little bit. You got some dude taking over your monitors. You kidnapping people. What the heck's going on here? We need some rules here. What do you think you are, AEW?
Yeah, throwing women off of the stage into the arms of Sting. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah, this was wild. But you know what? It's like, for the time and for the demo, I'm sure that fucking, the 8 to 13-year-old demo loved it. Because honestly, I thought about it and I was like, I would have loved this as a kid. I would have been all about it. Like, oh shit, Sting, wow. And then when you like use your brain, you're like, that was dumb as fuck. Kind of like the Renegade Warriors Fabulous Freebirds angle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is where apparently there's like 2 matches.
Oh, yes.
3 matches in between. Do you know a story here of what happened?
Yeah. Basically, it's an easy conversation. They apparently were god awful, so they cut them. They were like, fuck this, because this is not the live feed of the pay-per-view. What we get on Peacock and everything else, because it's less than 2 hours, is the Turner Home Entertainment release. And yeah, they cut those matches. When you see the matches, which I don't have pulled up right this second, we didn't miss much.
I have it. It's Terry Taylor, who is not crowing about his previous successes.
No,
that's a line JR dropped. Terry Taylor and Bill Irwin, Brad Armstrong and JW Storm, who they're trying to Bob Horner on me.
Yeah.
The Master Blasters and the Southern defeat the Southern Boys.
Yes, that's the one they cut completely from the show.
The Master Blasters also have a video during the cycle, and it is such a meh video that we didn't even talk about it.
It's nothing but Nash rambling, honestly. It's bad. But yeah, no, that's the literal truth of it. Apparently, that Southern Boys Masters Blasters match was so bad. And even Nash admits, he's like, it was fucking horrible. Like, it was bad. Like, his partner, Al Green, apparently at one point, who was supposed to be the veteran for Nash, by the way. This was so it's funny. This was a vessel to get Nash over immediately. Like, he's huge. I get it. But no, he literally fucking stops in the middle of the ring, I guess, and is like, what do I do? And Nash went, what? And he goes, I don't know what, on pay-per-view. So, and I don't know where there's a live version of this pay-per-view.
That's what I was going to ask you, because I know in your gigabytes of access to wrestling matches and history, no version. Oh my God, I would love to see that.
I'm like convinced the Men in Black went back and just scrubbed the memories of fucking Chicago on this night.
Kevin Nash, the first million he made, he's like, I bought every copy.
Oh, absolutely.
Got that out of circulation.
Yeah, once Nash got over in WCW, he went in that fucking vault and went, fuck that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Freebirds versus the Renegade Warriors, who are Mark and Chris Youngblood.
Yep. Good old-fashioned racism right here, buddy. That's basically the basis of this. And, hey, it was 1990. This wasn't good, really. You know, like the Freebirds were good. The Renegade Warriors were green as grass. Not a fan of the Little Richard thing. Another one, let's just call it what it is. Pretty racist, right? So, you know, Also, Chicago loves the birds and don't give a fuck about the Renegade Warriors. So,
I know we skipped a bit. I just don't see anything that we skipped that would make the Renegade Warriors endearing to me.
no, they don't do any. They just had like whatever dumb matches that didn't even matter.
They're like, oh, we put some makeup on our face. Does that make us different? No, sorry, homie.
Not really, but I'll tell you this Steiner Brothers Nasty Boys US tag title match ruled.
So before that Renegade Warriors and Freebirds, that's where I noted that JR and Paulie lost their costumes. I'm going to be on these costumes, don't you worry. And then Tony, before the Nasty Boys and Steiners, Tony is interviewing the Four Horsemen. And this is what I write down. Tony commits to the bit.
Yeah.
And JR and Paulie probably just didn't tell him. And the one thing that's weird here was Tony and the Horsemen, there's no Barry there. And so you kind of go, oh, that's weird. But the Four Horsemen is free again, apparently. So it's kind of in your head it's in my head a bit at that point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in hindsight, it's like they kind of like, what the fuck was that, right? They didn't have any explanation for where he was at or anything. I get it, because if he would have showed up on camera, it's like, why does he look like Sting without paint? But whatever. Yeah, like I said, this Steiner Brothers Nasty Boys match. So this show is very sentimental for me. I know I mentioned earlier I've never seen the whole show. Here's why it's still sentimental for me. It must have been 98 or 99. WCW started finally, right before they died, understanding, oh wait, WWF home videos make shit tons of money by releasing old shit. Why don't we do that for once? And so they did these best of, I think there was I had Best of Starrcade as well. That was definitely one. And then they had Best of Halloween Havoc. Might have been a Best of Great American Bash. I didn't have that. And the two matches that were the highlights on that tape for this show was this tag match, clipped up obviously, but they did a pretty good job when I watched the whole match here. And of course the main event. So like I always kind of like glorified this match in my head as a kid. And again, this is pre-internet, so I loved the orange ropes. I loved everything. And I am a fucking weirdo about aesthetics. The most boring thing in the world to me is a fucking show with black turnbuckles and white ropes. And I know in saying that you'd be like, well, every modern company does it. Exactly. I fucking hate that. I hate the idea that companies won't differentiate themselves with things like that. I think that shit makes a difference as a fan. Like I want to know what I'm watching. Some people I think go, well, what are you, stupid? It's not even being stupid. I want to be able to look at your product and go, that's that product. Just one of those.
The orange mat was so cool and stood out.
I loved
it. It really just stood out immediately and showed up. And I was like, ooh, like I don't think I've ever seen that color as a mat before.
It's also a very inexpensive way to make shows look different and big time without doing a big set. And I'm a big set guy too. I'm an Attitude Era sort of kid when, the zenith of my fandom. So like, I love that shit. But what I loved more was like WWF would have black ropes for pay-per-views only. They'd have blue ropes for SmackDown. They'd have red for Raw. No one fucking watched Heat anymore. So like, that shit mattered to me. So anyway, they fucking figured it out here. And for whatever reason, it really stood out in this match. Oh, you know what it is? I think because they brawled a lot on the outside. So you saw the whole scope of like, dude, they made this thing look really cool. Like the pumpkin WCW logo and the rafters. But the important thing here is the match. They fucking beat the shit out of each other.
I mean, you seem pleased with the decoration.
Yeah.
I saw nothing catch on fire this year.
Oh, that did suck.
So, I mean, really, come on. I mean, let's do better, people.
They literally did smoke and mirrors, and they didn't think to light something on fire with that black scorpion shit. Come on.
Come on, people. I don't know why it stood out to me for this match in particular, but they announced it with a 1 hour time limit, and I actually laughed.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I don't think a tag match has got more than 10 minutes. This one actually was 15. So it's actually a pretty good back and forth, but the 1 hour time limit just killed me because I'm like, we have yet to see a 25-minute tag team match, I think. So just think there's an off the top rope bulldog that was brutal looking. Sags is bleeding. Yeah, Knobs gets planted with a Frankensteiner. It's just a lovely, brutal match of these four maniacs working together and making some art.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I can assure you, I don't know who was doing talent relations in WWF, but I guarantee you this is the match they saw. And they fucking scoop up the Nasty Boys quickly. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this up real quick because I don't think they're in the company by Starrcade. I'll say this. They win the fucking belts at Mania in March of 91. I know that for a fact.
Oh, wow.
That's another vivid memory as a kid, as a fan on VHS of the promo of them with the belts and Jimmy Hart after they beat Hart Foundation. That was like the last Hart Foundation. Yeah, it was the last Hart Foundation WrestleMania match. But anywho, let's look this up here because this is intriguing. Also, if you notice already, Legion of Doom are gone.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely, I noticed that here, and I wasn't even like thinking about it. There was just a moment. I think maybe even like when Spivey comes out later. Spoiler alert.
I think it was the same for me.
Yeah,
I think I got here and I was like, oh, or maybe when I saw a top 10 or something. But I was just like, oh, no Road Warriors. Oh, okay.
Oh God, I called it. The Nasty Boys debut in WWF on the 12/11/90 Superstars.
So they spiked on like right before Starrcade probably had. Oh wow, cute.
A classic Jim Herd didn't time down, man, because if they would have had a contract, that wouldn't have happened. That's fucking nuts. And they end up having a monster run. So let's see what their last WCW match is. Now I'm interested. Oh, I can tell you right now when they put their notice in. It's so funny when bookers do this shit too. So they never win the belts. We're not there long enough to win the belts, I guess, but they never win them. They basically almost specifically work the Steiners their whole run here. The last match they have is in Toronto, odd enough. 2-on-1 handicap match. Rick Steiner defeats the Nasty Boys on 11/29/90. So I would assume either that day or that week before is when they put their notice in. And it tracks because they're in WWF probably the next week because I don't know if that's air date or what for that WWF debut. So they quite literally the next week are in fucking New York. So, man, what if, right? Like, you imagine, like, what if we would have gotten a real feud between these two teams on WCW TV? I mean,
it's like, oh, there's a tag team I'm actually interested in. Oh, bye, guys.
Oh, yeah. The story of WCW. Oh, I really like this act. Oh,
bye.
Fuck. Oh, we built the entire company's tag division around you, Road Warriors. See ya.
Right.
Damn, bro. And then what about the post show though? Or the post match? This was phenomenal. I was like, dude, and you know what's weird in hindsight? They really put over the Nasty Boys here. But like, why would you not lock them down? This is just like classic stupid Jim Herd. So after the fucking match, they kill Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner gets rolled out. His shoulder's fucked. They just killed him in the post. So Scott's alone on promo in 90. So it's a rough promo. It's basically gibberish. And the best thing ever, and I want someone, Tony Khan, please, someone get this fucking show to him. Because let's be real, there's a mole in our little super secret Discord. You know what I mean? We've talked about it. Everyone knows in the Discord, aka our only listenership. But thankfully that's not true, but who knows? There's like this fucking discussion. There's a mole. Cause I mean, legitimately, there's a lot of times we'll mention shit in that and it happens in AEW. Please have Tony ape the fucking angle after this match of Scott's talking. And you just see a Coke vendor, not the powder, behind him in like an apron and a weird like wig hat thing. Like you can tell it's weird. You're like, who's this motherfucker? And Jerry Sags rules. He turns his head and it's like almost Heath Ledger, like smirk. And fucking kills Scott with the fucking Tupperware tub to the head. Then Knobs comes from around the corner. They put the boots to him. Starters, they fucking got the belts up. Please, I need that back in wrestling. The fucking disguised beatdowns. Oh.
It's interesting because they really did launch like 4 tag teams at the same time. There's like the Nasty Boys, the Master Blasters, the other one that we made fun of last episode that basically seemed like the same as the other ones. I can't remember even what they were called now. And the Renegade Warriors. And so they literally just throw like 4 or 5 new teams and they go like, will any of these stick? Yeah. And the Nasty Boys are the ones that kind of stick and they ride that comet as long as they can, but they just kind of just throw them out there and go, you guys figure it out and try to get over.
It's wild stuff. I'll tell you this. I was a big fan of this Doom, Arn Anderson, and Ric Flair tag match. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was really good, and I thought it was building to be maybe even great. I mean, it's the greatest hits here. It's Flair fucking, bagging off like a bitch. Ron Simmons killing him. I mean, killing him. He's tagging in Arn like, I need help here. This is crazy. Fucking the best part about this match is
you can have your locker room back. You can have your locker room back.
Whatever. You can have your golden shower fucking arena bathroom. But so my favorite part of this match is it just devolves into, oh yeah, motherfucker, we're gonna cheat to win. And then Doom goes, oh yeah, we're gonna cheat the same way to win. And it's like watching fucking comedic supervillains that are mad at each other. It literally becomes that, because there's a moment where Arn like knees the fucking Ron from behind the ref's back, and you see Butch like, oh yeah, okay. So then Arn, he knees him in the back from behind. There's fucking just so much chicanery bullshit behind the ref's back. You got fucking Flair in the figure 4, and Arn like as obvious as possible with the hands like ripping back. He'd come in, stomp Ron right as the ref turned around. I mean, it's just slapstick. It's amazing, but it is WCW, and
the crowd is huge behind Doom.
Man, yes,
so behind Doom.
Oh yeah, and I think it's by design in the Arn and Flair camp, because it literally is the most like, all right, we're putting these fucking guys over job that I've ever seen without a finish, because the finish is literally they just fight outside all 4 of them and get all counted out. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
If you look at it as a moral victory, 4 horsemen retreated. Arn and Rick ran away. So if you're looking for a moral victory, Doom made them run away. They weren't man enough to stay in the ring. But Doom isn't smart enough to stand in the ring for an extra 4 or 5 seconds and get the count out win and then follow. We got to get the double count out.
Like, holy shit, brother. He's like, they're marks. We don't have to make sense. And they're like, it's 1990, dude. Yeah, we kind of do. I do believe we get a rematch at Starrcade. I believe that we do. And I hope we do, because this was great. And I even said, I really wish they would have had a real feud out of this. I think it would have ruled. And I mean, you're already investing in the tag teams. I was talking to somebody actually on X last night. I know, boo. Horrible. But there's a couple people there that I fuck with. So this guy had a great point. He goes, I don't know if there's ever been a pay-per-view with so many tag matches. Just the focus on tag teams in this show is crazy. And I think he's right. Like, I can't think of very many shows where it's been like a heavy tag team card and be presented as a main show. They did mention maybe the first Halloween Havoc. There was a shit ton there, but it's very odd.
I mean, but the funny thing is, not really, because they cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles matches from this broadcast, because JYD and Moondog Rex happens before Rick and Arn versus Doom. So they cut 5 singles matches. I do remember that other show we saw where it was like 75% tag matches or something crazy like that. 'Cause I remember commenting on it back then.
Yeah, so I mean, it very clearly feels like Oli just threw a bunch of matches on this show, and he's like, whatever sucks, I'll cut, and that's exactly what we got.
The one thing was leading up to this event on the weekly shows, I feel like they were doing a better job of having something planned. At least like the top of the card, they seem to have it pretty well, 2 weeks ahead of time that they could promote it. Where before, sometimes like shit was just a mystery and you just walked into a pay-per-view and whatever happens, kind of.
Yeah. And then it just went off the rails. It's like, I don't know what happened, but either way, the one thing that ruled from beginning to end, though, and I know you'll agree, is Lex Luger against Stan Hansen for the U.S. title. This was so good. This is one of those matches that I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, why does no one mention that this is probably the best Lex Luger match ever? Why does no one talk about how good of a brawl this match is? At one point, and I wrote it down actually, I said, this match wouldn't be out of place in a bar somewhere in Texas, with Lex perhaps being a little too pretty for a small farm town, and Stan's the local that's just had enough neon polos walking through for his liking. That's what this
Basically,
is.
It's Roadhouse 2.
Yes. And it rules.
Lex Luger is Patrick Swayze, and Stan Hansen's the dude who doesn't want him in the bar or something. So it's interesting because their styles don't contrast that much, but visually, their styles couldn't be more different. And so you look at that and go, oh no, they're very different, but no, they're just again, King Kong and Godzilla would just kind of hitting each other. Then Danny Spivey shows up.
Yes, and my favorite part, even before that, Lex hits a perfect dropkick here, and I say there must be some mysticism with Stan because he just like seems to make these guys that usually suck great. We saw it with Zeman, right? Like, he's just so good, and that's just a testament to how Stan's quite literally one of the greatest of all time. My favorite part about Dan coming out, and by the way, Chicago, what the fuck was your problem? You didn't give a fuck about Dan Spivey when he ran out? Like, zero reaction. I'm like, what the fuck, really? Dan's been around here.
But I don't know how. Like I said, the shows are kind of weird, man. And you might be more focused on the ring and kind of ducked maybe a little bit. I'm going to give Chicago crowd because they're so pumped up for Doom they lost energy when they got the Stan versus Lex fight.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but here is when it was really critical to me. Bob Caudle's gone. Paul Lee is on the fucking color, and it makes a world of difference. It's so much easier to watch this show. And he also has beautiful little nuggets of wisdom, such as there's Dan Spivey, Stan Hansen's tag partner in Japan. And in fact, I believe it had either been the year before or the year coming up, which is around this time, a couple months rather previous to the Real World Tag League that they run in December in All Japan. They straight win that tournament, him and Stan. So they're a top tag team in Japan. They are the fucking killers. So he's not joking. And so Dan fucking is the man. He gets that lariat bull rope and Stan decides to fucking annihilate Lex Luger with a lariat. And when they slow it down, it's unbelievable how he like stops for a second and then just like fucking jerks into Lex. It literally like looks like he knocks him out. It looks like someone.
It's like a golf swing.
Yes.
It's like kind of a slow back. It's we mentioned in the last couple where Lex was winning matches with the clothesline.
Yeah.
And so we get the battle of the lariat. Stan decks him and it's a clean win.
It was beautiful.
It's a clean win for the title.
Fucking love this. The Stan Hansen era in WCW has begun, and I'm here for it.
I mean, you can't have two faces with the top titles.
No.
So get one on Stan. I mean, Stan's the biggest scumbag we know at this point.
Yes.
But he's our scumbag. He's our saliva dripping scumbag.
Yeah. One of the few Texans that I don't have immediate disdain for, and Kurt Angle. And then we got Teddy with old Tony Schiavone, and he ain't hearing about a rematch with the Horsemen. That business is done. And he's got both the belts. He's grinning, man. He is so happy about that bullshit finish. He's like, fuck yeah, let's get out of here, dude. Fucking love you, Teddy. Holy shit, man. That's another one. Anytime Teddy's talking on my TV, I'm happy. He's amazing.
I love that Sid is introduced as from anywhere he damn pleases.
Love it. West Memphis, Arkansas. But yeah. And that's the same, by the way. I've been there. It's whatever anyone wants to tell me in West Memphis, I'll listen and get out of there quickly.
It's like I'm from your house if I so choose it to be, just so you know.
I'm from your mama's house.
Man, Sid's big. He's like just so huge compared to Sting.
Oh, it's crazy. When they do that face to face at the beginning, it's like, oh my God. It's so crazy. That alone is like, okay, this was the right move to do this match right now. Like, this rules. It was so good. And the match is great, by the way. It really is great for a green as fucking grass Sid. And it shows, but Sting's a good enough worker here that he carries him, and he knows, like, okay, this has to be a high impact, big move match, because Sid don't have the middle points yet. He don't know how to work holds. He don't know how to sell. He don't know how to... Although I will argue that Sid taking punches is forever great, because I figured out what he's doing. He sells punches like someone grabbing an electric fence. He's just jolting. He's jolting. And sometimes it's not really selling, but you know what, dude? At least he's registering. And he was really good here with it.
Yeah, I mean, Sid's just a force of nature. And it's not that, he knows wrestling holds or anything. He's just going to throw you around, and he's going to love you too hard. He's going to love you too hard and squeeze you too bad.
Yeah, like when he was a kid, he pet the puppy too hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Sid's administering a lot of punishment like we'd expect. They take it out to that ramp. There's a big boom at some point on the ramp. I just have big boom. My pen had started writing not good, so I don't know what I wrote first, but there was a big boom on the ramp. And Sting's out far on the ramp. Sid retreats to the ring. And Sting does a hell of a leap from the ramp into the ring with a shoulder block.
Then he does a fucking tope to the outside right after that. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, because they kind of I like that they kept that ramp even and found some creative uses for it. Yeah. And they're going, and then they get outside the ring, and Flair and Anderson come down because they wanna. And we're focused on Flair and Anderson talking to the ref, and then Sid and Sting kind of work their way back to the ring.
Yeah.
They enter the ring. Sting tries to pick up Sid in a body slam.
Yeah.
And collapses. 1, 2, 3 for the pin.
Uh-huh.
And I was literally like, wait, what the fuck? I rewound because I'm like, I missed the ending. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like, in my head, I don't remember anything. So in my head, I was like, oh, maybe he got injured and they had to call an audible because I forgot he had a knee thing, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they go for it. And you can cover it from here because I don't remember how the truth came out, so you can hit the rest.
So first off, Sting and Sid come back from the back, and Sting has grown about 3 inches. So that's interesting. Now, granted, outside of that, they did a great job here. Like, it really does look like fucking Sting. So he goes in, he does the thing like you mentioned, and then this is my favorite. Sting, 1, 2, 3, and like Jim Herd's like, release the balloons. It's celebration time for the big heel. That's like if in Detroit, Sheik fucked a guy out of the fucking whatever Detroit championship, and then in Cobo Hall they just dropped streamers as he's getting heat, stabbing the guy in the head after the bell. So
honestly, to be fair, it's Sid. If he won, the crowd would probably. Actually, how did the crowd react? Because they were probably just like, "What the fuck happened?"
How he fucking wanted them to react is how they reacted. They actually, so it's a Bruno-ish reaction in the sense that they initially they're in shock. One of my favorite things I wrote about, there is a guy on a fucking tape recorder in the crowd. The old school little like fucking journalist little tape recorder. I even did that.
Micro cassette.
And he is fucking livid, buddy. I mean, I'm sure his newsletter was hot fire that next week. And they didn't waste any time though. So they didn't let anyone sort of lament and sort of like fester on this. Immediately you see other Sting, and JR's like, whoa, what the hell's happening here? And Nick Patrick's like, oh, ring the bell again. And Sid's like, what the fuck? And then he basically just gets Irish whipped into the corner. Stinger splashed, rolled up 1, 2, 3. It's over now. And then we're like, okay, what the fuck though? Who's the other guy? So after it happens, we get the slow-mo of literally the Spider-Man meme where you see Sting and Barry Windham as Sting just staring at each other for a while. And even on slow-mo, you can see it is like abnormal how long they're staring at each other in the fucking aisleway. And then out of nowhere, Barry Windham just cuts and runs. Sting doesn't go after him or nothing. He's like, oh shit, that's the spot, and runs away. Unbelievable. And then after the match, JR with the worst time, he like, bro, read the room. He's like, we got 30 seconds, Sting. What do you think? And Sting's literally just like, I don't know. Like, Jim Hurd told me when I got to the building today, we're doing a fuck finish.
I was chloroformed 5 minutes ago. I literally cannot form words at this point.
Oh, my head hurts, JR, and for some reason I'm missing tights. I mean, I have tights on, but a pair of my tights are missing. What happened?
Now I know how Eddie Gilbert feels all the time.
Yeah, and Missy Hyatt's over there like, ugh. But yeah, so he just says some gibberish basically like, I'm just always ready to defend the belt, no matter what's going on. And he fucks off. And Paul E, until they go to credits, is screaming off mic, but on camera of, what? Like, he's so mad for Sid for some reason. I mean, he's a heel. I guess that's why. But, oh, man, this is so good.
If you're a shitty person, Paulie has your back.
Dude.
Just know that.
All I'm going to say is that rings true today.
Just saying. Just saying.
Uh-huh. So while we celebrate his art, i.e. ECW, we don't celebrate the man ever these days. Holy shit, man.
I mean, as far as fake outs go, this is
all-timer.
Top of the line.
You know, if I think about it, for the longest time, and even watching this at points, to be fair, I was very like, this is pretty shitty. But when I think about it, though, the time period, it's like, it really kind of did what they needed to do, if you think about it, because it protects Sid. It protects Sting. But you get a finish.
And logically, it makes sense. Because if you're the Four Horsemen and you've developed this plan to replace Sting with fake Sting, why let this shit drag out? Get to it early. Get to it 6 minutes, 7 minutes into the match. Rick and Arn come down for the distraction. You're not going to leave Sid out there for the opportunity to lose. You got a plan, fucking execute it. So it makes sense, like I said, logically.
And let's be real. I think what really happened on this one, they did not expect Sid to get over as quickly as he got here. And I think they went, oh, fuck. Because during the event, everyone they ask is like, Sid's going to win the belt. It's Sid. Look at him. So clearly that was in the minds of fans for real as well, and the fans are all about fucking Sid. I mean, and even when he was in WWF, Sid was one of those guys that he wasn't a heel, he wasn't a face. He was just Sid, and he fucking ruled.
He's a comic book character.
Yeah. I mean, he's like Juggernaut, if Juggernaut existed in real life, basically. So, I mean, obviously he's not long for this world either. We get about another year of him in WCW just toiling, fucking around. I think he gets injured again. Who knows? Might have gotten the playoffs of the softball league. And he's in WWF for the first run for a little bit. But the story of Sid, of course, is he'll be back. He won't be gone long. He'll be back by probably early 93. So that's fucking Halloween Havoc 90, folks. And
Sid's from wherever he damn well pleases, and he's going to wrestle wherever he damn well pleases.
Yeah. And I do want to say this because I feel like, I would be remiss if I did not plug The Hard Way and their episode on this same exact show. I thought they did a great job, so I am going to link their show for this show as well, because they did great, and they mentioned way better than we did, in fact, about the missing matches, if I remember correctly, and they just are great. So always shouting out the Sickos Club people. And yeah, I know our next event is a Clash. I can't fucking remember the name of it, and of course I'm
Oh, it's Thanksgiving Thunder.
Thanksgiving Thunder. There we go. Where's it at, by the way? Probably
It's in Jacksonville.
Really? My stomping grounds. Here we go in the old
Correct.
Coliseum, baby.
Fuck yeah.
All right, well, now I got to pull this up. I didn't realize.
All right, you got some Big Cat Ernie Ladd, I'm assuming? It says Big Cat. Let me see.
No, Big Cat is Mr. Hughes.
Oh, Mr. Hughes,
Yeah,
cool.
Mr.
Okay, so Big
Hughes
Cat
is
with Brad
here.
Armstrong, Michael Wall Street. Ooh, we're gonna get a transformation here coming up.
Yes, the NWO member himself, Michael Wall Street.
Holy shit! This is classic. We get Colonel DeClerc and Sergeant Kruger versus Kalua and the Beast. I know who all four of those guys
all
are
those
right now.
guys, and I love them.
Lex Luger versus the Motor City Madman.
Oh, buddy, yeah.
Who they literally Mike Moore, Man Mountain Moore, the Night Stalker versus Sid Vicious. We get Magnum Force.
By the way, you know who Night Stalker is, correct?
I don't, but I was about to look.
That is the
Don't tell me.
legend Adam Bomb.
Wait a minute. I just had a realization when you asked me that question.
Yeah,
Is our boy the gimmick god gone?
old Jack.
Yeah, is he around still?
He is gone.
Okay.
He's
He's gone?
super
Oh.
gone. I don't know.
I know. I only just realized he was missing, so.
He's gone. Gone, but not forgotten. Obviously.
In our hearts forever,
Let's
man.
pull this
The
back.
if you want to know how hot this event is going to be, Clash 13, Thanksgiving Thunder, the main event appears to be Butch Reed versus Ric Flair.
Oh, you know what? I'll say this. A solid 6 years prior to this, that would have been a hell of a main event.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
For Jacksonville, I'm not so sure. And Jacksonville Coliseum, rough turnout here. Looks like around 5K. And for Jacksonville Coliseum, now the currently the ViStar Memorial, not a good showing. I believe it sits, I don't know about back then, but I'm assuming at least 12K. So you're sitting at a half a house at best. Yeah, we got a lot of shit. Hey, Star Blazer's back against Michael Wall Street, by the way.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention was Buddy Landell reminds me of Johnny from Karate Kid's older brother.
Yeah.
I just wanted to state that for the record. Sorry.
Him and Flying Brian's going to be great. By the way, Buddy Landell at this time being billed from Jacksonville. The reason for that is the city he met his wife. So that's a fun little Easter egg. Yeah.
The Nature Girl.
Yeah, that obviously didn't work out very well. But, yeah, this looks like a big turd. Big turd of a show coming up. Brian Lee, though, man. Hey, Brian Lee, I see often, actually. I see him in my place of employment constantly. And I have not mentioned his WCW run, but I will next time I see him, and I will give you his quote on, hey, what was it like working with Z-Man on Clash of the Champions 13? He is from Jacksonville, though, so that's why he got on the show, by the way. So obviously, because I live in Jacksonville. But Brian Lee, good dude. Weird, obviously, history with him. If you look into him, not the best. However, good dude. I mean, he's also an old man at this point, so what has he got to really do and prove, But anyway, Jacksonville, we always love a good Jacksonville show, you know what I mean? The mecca of wrestling. Let's be real. I will be at the Collision on October 8th here in Jacksonville. I'm not going to be at both shows. I would love to be able to go to Dynamite Title Tuesday, but I'm not going to be able to do that. But either way, love Jacksonville, love dailies. I'm just ranting at this point, but I love this show, man. It was great.
Yeah, no, especially we'd be a lot different if those 5 singles matches were probably included. So nice job, WCW, trimming that shit out for us.
Yeah.
If anybody has access to that,
I'll look into it.
Master Blasters or whatever the hell that team is, match, send our way.
Fuck. All right. Well, until next time, just get pumped up for that Jacksonville Coliseum show coming up to you guys, man. That half a house at best. I'm sure Jacksonville shows up for WCW in 1990. I'm glad you guys showed up for this pod, though. Until next time, go be a better person than I am.